Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Baseball Adjacent. I am your host, Taco Josh. That right there is America's pitching coach. It is Justin Arth, and we're here with a very special All Star Week preview because it's All Star Week, and that's what's happening in baseball, and it's actually going to Justin's city. So he's going to
It
be
is.
live on location at almost everything, I think. Is that true?
Yep. Everything but the draft, the HBCU Swingman Classic, and apparently now Home Run Derby X. Those are the only three things I'm not going to.
Before we jump in, we do have an announcement for you regulars that watch the podcast on this channel. And for those of you that don't care, I'll have a timestamp that you can skip to just get to baseball talk. But for the 20 of you that watch consistently, give or take, this podcast is moving to its own channel. We're starting a baseball adjacent channel that will pop up right above my head right now. You can click on it and head over to that channel. I don't think it'll be over Justin's head. Yeah, it'll be
Over
right
there.
right there.
Yeah, over there.
But this has gone well enough that we think it should have its own kind of channel, and it's not just going to host the podcast. We're also going to do some other videos and some baseball stuff because we're baseball fans and we want to make a channel that baseball fans would want to watch. So, Justin, what kind of stuff are we going to throw on there?
Well, if you followed us over on Instagram, you see a lot of the shorts that we've been doing. We've got a bunch in the archives ready to start going up over there that obviously need to get posted on the Instagram still. But all that stuff's going to move over there. Some of it's been on Josh's YouTube channel because he's more baseball centric. I'm still football centric over on mine. So need its own channel for that. And hey, maybe some special All Star Game vlog of a fan's perspective at the All Star Game. Maybe one that is on the field at different times during the game. Who knows? So it's going to be something you're going to want to tune over to the new channel, go subscribe, hit the bell notifications, all that kind of stuff. So you'll get notifications when we post, and you'll see all that great stuff and a lot of other crazy things that maybe we've got up our sleeve that's just baseball related and obviously adjacent to baseball, hence the name.
So, the next couple of episodes are going to get dual posted. They'll get posted here and on that channel. And then I'm going to say after the trade deadline, it's just not going to get posted on this channel. So if you want to watch it, you'll have to go over there. We're going to post a lot of cool stuff over there. I have some storytelling videos, I think, that just didn't quite fit on my personal channel. So I'm excited to get to work on those and all that. But that's about all we got. We have a new channel. It's coming out. You guys can click on it. It'll be in the description. Would have popped up above my head at some point during all that. And we're excited for it. And we hope you guys are too. But that's enough of that. And I would like to welcome everybody back that skipped forward to the timestamp right now because we are talking about the All Star Game. Justin's going to be at everything, like we just said about, or at least the big stuff. We're going to start by talking about the Home Run Derby. We're going to do some predictions, some previews. Is O'Neill Cruz going to kill a child? Feels fully possible. But Justin, we have a field of 8, and they can see it on the screen right now in post. But obviously, that is Ronald Acuna, James Wood, Cal Raleigh, Byron Buxton, O'Neill Cruz, Junior Caminero, Brent Rooker, and then Jazz Chisholm was added just earlier today as we record it. I guess, first question, who are you most excited to see hit?
Oh man, if you're looking at just like stat track numbers, I'm super excited to see O'Neill Cruz hit. Like the dude hits piss missiles, if we can even say that. He hits rockets anytime he swings that wooden bat. So like you're looking at what 115, 120 mile an hour off the bat, almost consistently with someone as big and as powerful as he is. Just to see him, because I don't see him as often. Like I see Ronald Acuna almost every day. Like I'm a season ticket holder of the Atlanta Braves. I see him 81 games a year. Love Ronald. Always excited to see Ronald in it. It'll be his third All Star game, or excuse me, third home run derby, fifth All Star game. But either way, like Braves typically don't ever do well in this unless your name's Chipper Jones in the 2000s home run derby. And obviously 2000 home run, or excuse me, 2000 All Star game, got the MVP in that one. But seeing Brent Rooker, I never see the A's fairly often. He's kind of a secret closet favorite player of mine. Really excited to see him. But no, O'Neill Cruz, give me the low hanging fruit. The dude just hits rockets. I've seen Cal Raleigh a couple times. I don't think he's built for home run derby. I think he's built for hitting home runs in a game. So give me O'Neill Cruz.
That's fair. I watched Cal Raleigh hit BP a couple of weeks ago now, and it was damn impressive. I will say that. I don't know that he's built to last, but maybe. I guess we never know. The guy that I'm most excited to see, truth be told, is James Wood. I think he's got a sneaky shot to hit just so many home runs, and not even just like wall scrapers. Like I think there's potential that he just is hitting them way, way out, and just a ton of them. 450, 460 potentially. He just has that kind of build that I'm like he could be good at that, and maybe
Yep.
that's I don't know what you would say that is by me. That's totally just typecasting him, but
Yeah.
I look at him and I'm like that guy hits bombs.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's like we talked about in some of our video game series stuff, or like video game playing stuff we've done with Walmart. Luke Combs, Jake, who was on the last episode. Like James Wood is essentially like a Juan Soto 2.0. I mean, 2.0 obviously means he's better. He's not better than Juan Soto yet, even though maybe I would think so. Overrated. But either way, like the Nationals basically have another Juan Soto, and it's scary to say that. And he's already in a home run derby, and I mean Juan Soto did well in the ones that he's been in. So hey, there's a chance.
Always a chance. So, home run derby prediction. I guess first, does O'Neill Cruz decapitate a child? And then second, who do you have winning the home run derby?
I'm going to take the no on if he decapitates a child. I don't know how they've done or will they do the whole child in the outfield thing. Obviously, they have to, but I've not seen anything come through my emails about how they're selecting that as an A-list member. So maybe that's a T-Mobile thing that I haven't seen. So maybe they'll have kids running in the outfield, but obviously they will. But my assumption is they'll be pretty far back in the outfield. I don't think O'Neill Cruz is going to hit a line drive right at a kid's head like that. He could, obviously. He hits piss missiles. But then, so I'm going to say no on that. And then, if I'm being realistic, I really want Ronald Acuna Jr. to win, but I'm going to be realistic here. I'm doing my T-Mobile $100,000 pick thing. So if I make the right pick, get all these questions right, I win $100,000. You guys should do it too. Go over to MLB.com and put your picks in by I think tomorrow. It says, obviously, by the time podcast's out, it'll already be due. But I'm going to take
Yeah.
Brent Rooker for the
Okay.
All Star or for the home run derby. I think he hits. I think he hits really well. His swing is very smooth. He's really consistent with how he hits. His baseball savant numbers and exit velocity is fairly well. And again, that's off the top of my head. I didn't go look at it, so maybe it's not. But just everything I've seen from Brent Rooker, he has a swing built to last. He's strong enough, but he also is athletic enough to probably last towards what the 4 rounds you would potentially have to go through, or 3 rounds you'd have to go through to win the thing. And the home run derby format is changing, and Josh, you've got it up, so you can maybe discuss it more than I will. But home run derby format is shortened in terms of the time, but now it could be extended with the number of outs you have after your time expires, and then distance could change that as well. So I think you need an athletic enough player that can last for those 3 or 4 rounds and make it there. And I think Brent Rooker's one to do so. And plus, he plays for a team that's not very good. And typically, like your All-Star game MVPs, your home run derbies aren't always the superstar player that is just on the best team, is the best player in baseball, comes to the home run derby, wins that, goes to the All-Star game, wins that. Like it's typically kind of your dark horse or like underdog pick that typically wins. So give me Brent Rooker on a fun but bad Sacramento A's team.
That's fair. I think I'm going to go with a fun pick. I think O'Neill Cruz is always a man after my own heart.
I've got him
And
finishing second in my picks, just so you know.
okay. I O'Neill Cruz is just I think to me he's going to be the most popular pick, and I do think there's a realistic shot that that happens. And I think he hits some bombs. I think O'Neill Cruz probably hits the longest home run of the night. But I think the guy that's going to win it to me is James Wood, like I talked about earlier. I just have a feeling. I think the young guys always kind of fare better from just like an endurance standpoint
Yep.
of like when we watched like young Vlad and young Pete Alonso were doing it, when they were like 21, 22, 23, that age. I think they just hold up better than, a 31-year-old Cal Raleigh or however old Buxton is now over the 3 rounds. So I always kind of tend to go with the young guys because also the financial incentive for them is bigger. If you're not
Hmm.
making millions and millions of dollars and you win $1 million winning the home run derby, it just means a little more to them, which I know is like stupid to say. Like, oh, it means more, but it kind of does if you if it doubles your salary or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think my final answer, final pick, James Wood. I think O'Neal Cruz is like the most impressive. I think it could be like a Josh Hamilton in '08 situation where everybody remembers like, damn, you remember when Josh Hamilton hit 40 home runs that one time? And then you're like, yeah, but Justin Morneau won the Derby, but no one remembers that. I
Yeah.
think it could be that kind of situation in like 5 years, but I'm going to go James Wood. And you talked about some of the rule changes. I'll go through them here briefly. There's 3 rounds. It's no longer just an 8 player bracket. All 8 players are hitting in the first round and the top 4 advance. So there's no more that guy hit 21, but somebody else hit 22, and so the 22 knocks out the 21 home run guy, and then no one else gets over 15. That, in theory, won't happen anymore. So you'll just get the top 4, and then they're seeded from the guy who hit the most home runs in the first round to the last guy in. One faces 4, two faces 3, and then it's a little bit of a shorter time. It's 2 minutes or 27 pitches for that round, and then whoever is on top there goes to the final, and then whoever is on top there wins. And I'm sure the broadcast will tell you the swing off rules if they happen, but we're not going to burn time doing that here. I guess let us know in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win? Which of the 8 are you guys most excited to see? And all of that good stuff. Let's go to the All Star game. The big event, the reason this whole thing happens, where there's definitely no snubs and the roster has been assembled perfectly and no one's mad about it. The All Star game. Justin, I guess, who are you most excited to see play in person? Because you'll be there.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, obviously, seeing Freddie Freeman, if he isn't hurt, there's some rumors with him playing so poorly that he would be on the IL and now miss the All Star game. But if that doesn't happen, obviously seeing Freddie Freeman man first base, starting the lineup again back at Truist Park is kind of a sentimental thing for me. Have they announced opening starters for like the openings, like the starting pitcher and all that?
I don't believe they have yet, no.
Okay, so at the time of us recording, they haven't yet, I don't think. So if the American League gets Max Fried on the mound, that would also kind of be a sentimental thing for me. So seeing Braves back, maybe playing on their actual mound or their actual position that they used to play, that I used to cheer them on, that's obviously going to be something that is kind of near and dear to my heart. But no, in terms of players that I don't see all that much, I haven't seen Bobby Witt Jr. ever play in person because whenever the Royals were in town last year, Bobby Witt was hurt. But seeing Tariq Skubal, I've never seen Skubal pitch either, so would love to see him on the mound. So Bobby Witt, Tariq Skubal would definitely be 2. And then from the National League side, I've seen a lot of these guys in passing at different games. But just being able to see maybe Clayton Kershaw if he does pitch on the mound, and some other guys like an Andrew Abbott. It's pitched pretty well. I've seen him pitch enough, but he's kind of the surprise underdog pick that kind of made it there. So seeing guys like that you don't get a chance to see it as often compared to like your Ellie De La Cruz and your Fernando Tatises, or heck, even like a Kyle Stowers, who will like you'll see play like 20 times as an Atlanta Braves fan. So those kind of guys are ones that I'm excited to see.
I'll tell you probably the guy that I'm happiest for on both rosters is Javi Baez getting a start.
That
I
is
just
true.
think
Yeah.
that is one hell of a career turnaround because as a closet Mets fan, and not even that much of a closet Mets fan, uh, Baez was terrible. So the turnaround to now he's starting the All Star game in center field for the American League is pretty cool to me, just as a baseball fan, like seeing that whole career play out. And this hopefully is not the last time we see Baez, obviously, because I hope he still plays for a long time. But this is like a final potential crowning achievement of it's his third position to start in the All Star game. I believe he started at second, at short, and now in center. I just think that's really cool for a guy that we all wrote off for a while. Like he was bad
Yeah.
not just for a year, he was bad for a couple. Which is, I just think I'm very excited for him as a baseball fan to see that happen. I'm with you. I think pitchers are tough because it just kind of depends on how starts line up and all that. I'm excited to see Scooble pitch on the big stage. Obviously, you got Sunday Night Baseball last week, 2 weeks ago as we
Mhm.
record this, and that was sick to see him start to get some recognition in that way. Uh, Potentially, I guess he's pitching Sunday Night Baseball again in a couple of weeks out in Texas, but we'll see how we go. I'd say on the National League side, man, I'm gonna be boring, and I'm just excited to see PCA play on national
Yeah.
TV. I think he's a star amongst stars. I think all the other stars at this point kind of look at him like, oh, this guy's crazy. He kind of does it all. So,
Well, it's kind of like what Jaron Duran felt like last year on the American League roster. That American League roster was so star-studded, and then there's Jaron Duran that, in reality, has kind of performed better than a lot of those guys, and then did the same thing in the All Star game, hitting that walk-off home run, or at least the game extending or game
yeah,
leading home run that ended up winning them the game. So yeah, very similar.
it'll be sick. Okay, well, here's the prediction time. Who do you have winning? What's the score? And who's your MVP?
So the American League has kind of dominated this. And you look at the starting lineup, because I'm just going to look at starting lineups and who they've got coming off the bench as reserves. I would honestly say the National League has an upper hand in terms of star power this year, which is rare to say. And really, should I say that when the American League has dominated, what, 11 out of the last 15 years or something like that? But I don't know. Like maybe this is just me being an Atlanta Braves fan and kind of siding towards National League baseball. But I do think the National League has a chance to actually win one this year in a National League ballpark. So I'm gonna take the National League. I'm gonna say 7-4 is the final score. And I'm going to take. Oh man. You know what? What the heck? He's built for big moments. Give me Freddie Freeman to be the All Star Game MVP. Typically, it's as a reserve player that maybe gets more at bats, but give me Freddie Freeman as the All Star Game MVP. And obviously, it's going to be hard for a pitcher to do it because they're only going to pitch one inning or going to get somebody else in there. But I'm gonna give me Freddie. I think he homers back in Atlanta. Atlanta fans love him. I mean, most Atlanta fans love him, and a lot of fans probably love him more than Matt Olson. I'm not in that category. I still love Matt Olson just as much. But seeing Freddie homer in the All Star game, where you can actually root for him again as an Atlanta Braves fan, that'd be pretty sick. And we already know what he's done in the World Series, winning the World Series MVP. So and hitting those walk off home runs. So hey, give me the return story again.
The storybook hero, Fred Freeman. I will give you. I'm going to choose the American League because I'm an American League guy. I love the National League. Shout out Paul Skeens over there. But I think the American League takes it because we always take it. And I'm a Rangers fan, and I'm old enough to remember Michael Young in Pittsburgh uh, making sure the American League hosted the World Series for some reason on like a 60 win Rangers team. I'm going to go. The American League is going to win at 5-3. I think there's a lot of good pitching. Uh, and I think there's a lot of good hitting because that's how all star games work. No kidding, Josh. But I think it's going to be. I feel like sometimes we get to like it's going to be an 11-9 game, and I just don't think that's going to happen. I think it's a
Yeah.
nice, clean 5-3. There's a couple of homers, and I think Brandon Lowe from Tampa Bay hits a homer
Okay.
late, puts his name on the map, and is the hero for the American League off the bench.
I'm with that. I'm
That's
with
my
that.
prediction. That's kind of what I'm cheering for, because I think it would be sick. for Tampa Bay to have a moment like that, obviously. But that's kind of
What would
my
also
thought.
what would also be sick if it's someone like Zach McKinstry. Just saying.
That's true. He crossed my mind just from a storybook thing, but I think Brandon Lowe has a swing to do it.
And he's been on a tear too. Both of my fantasy guys, by the way.
Yep, there you go. Shout out Justin's fantasy team. Justin, give me a prediction of the game, maybe like a play that you think is going to happen. Call your shot. Who's hitting a homer? Who's making a diving play? What are we going to remember next year? 2026, we're doing the All Star preview, and we're like, man, you remember when this happened? What is it for you? Give me a shot in the dark.
I feel like Kyle Stowers is going to come into the game, and I feel like he's going to make like some Gold Glove caliber catch in the outfield and make people
Okay.
think, okay, this guy's not just like a designated hitter type player; he can actually play in the field. So I feel like Kyle Stowers is going to go make some amazing like Gold Glove caliber play, and the Miami Marlins have something they can celebrate, other than being ahead of the Braves in the division.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to put in a call for Hunter Goodman hitting a homer.
Okay,
I
that
think
was going to be my other pick.
that I think would be sick. I remember what was it, 22 out in Seattle, 23 out in Seattle, 24. Whatever All Star game was in Seattle, I think that was the
20,
Elias
20.
Diaz year. Uh, and I think he was a Rockies catcher at that time. Wound up winning National League MVP for that game. So stranger things have happened, but I'm putting in the call. Hunter Goodman homer. He
I mean,
pulls
hey,
it.
if I wanted to make a second one, I just kind of had a thought of like it goes against my MVP pick, but Matt Olson overshadows Freddie Freeman in Atlanta. All right, okay,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Braves
Okay.
delusion gone.
We're here. We're here. We're with it. Yeah. So I guess let again in the comments let us know, what do you think? What's happening in the All-Star game? I almost said World Series, and we're still months away from that. What's happening in the All-Star game? Give us a shot in the dark. Your hot take down in the comment section. Maybe we'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah,
But
over under three streaks in a game. That's probably too high.
that's probably too high.
Over under 1.5. How about that?
Well, Justin's going to be on the field, so that counts as one, and you're going to have to follow the baseball adjacent new channel to get the vlog all about that. See if he actually does it or not. But yeah, let us know. What do you think? What's going to happen? Hot takes. Let's move on to the futures game. This is always a fun thing that happens every year. I was at it last year in Texas. I was at all of this last year in Texas. I got to see Roman Anthony play. I got to see a bunch of Rangers play. Got to see Tamar Johnson, of course, in the Pittsburgh organization play. A lot of really cool players have gone through that over the years. And I'm sure in 5 years when we look back, we're going to be like, man, that guy played in the 2025 Futures game in Atlanta. And now we're watching him tear it up and be on an all star roster. Justin, who are you most excited to watch in the Futures game?
Yeah, so obviously the easy low hanging fruit for me would be like Hayden Harris and J.R. Ritchie, two Atlanta Braves prospects that since I haven't gone to many minor league games, I haven't seen other than through highlights their amazing pitching that they've had. Both have kind of had meteoric, crazy rises up, but I'm not going to choose those guys. I'm going to pick one American League guy, one National League guy. So I'll start off in the National League. I'm going to go, still kind of a homer pick. I'm going to go Charlie Condon of the Colorado Rockies, former UGA alumni, hit massive home runs when he was at Georgia. Would love to see him back in Atlanta. He's a Georgia-ish kid. I think he's actually from Florida, but anyway, he still went to Georgia. You're a Georgia kid. So number 22 prospect in all Major League Baseball has kind of struggled to start his Major League career since being drafted fairly highly by the Rockies last year, I believe. And so, yeah, I mean, I want to see him in Atlanta. I hope he kind of hits a moonshot for all the Georgia boys there. But then on the American League side, this is also low hanging fruit, but I'm just so intrigued by it. Gerangelo Sagente, I'm
Yep.
probably butchering the last name, but the switch pitcher. I really want him to get in the game. I really want to see a switch pitcher pitch. I was never fortunate enough to run into a Pat Vendetti game. I always used him in MLB The Show, despite his like 53 overall and 80-mile-an-hour fastball. But Sagente actually throws like 95, 96 righty and like 92, 93 lefty. Would love to get him in the game and have him throw switch hitting or switch pitching. So those would be my two. Obviously, you get guys like Max Clark, who's the number 7 prospect in baseball, or hey, Josh's favorite Sebastian Walcott, who's got a pretty high ceiling. I mean, those guys are obviously ones that we'll probably look back and say like, hey, they played in Atlanta in 2025, and now they're tearing it up in baseball. But those would have been my picks there. Two guys that maybe still have some prospect pedigree to them, but may not be the superstar. Maybe that bites me in the butt later, but just kind of good picks that have players that have some spice to them, as we should say.
Sure. I'll go the guys I'm most excited to see in the. I'll start in the American League. Obviously, Sebastian Walcott, but I'll put the Ranger bias to the side. Harry Ford, catcher from Seattle. He's the Team Great Britain's catcher in the last WBC, and he kind of tracks to be the catcher again in next year's World Baseball Classic. I'm just excited to see him again, see how he's developed a little bit. I know you don't get to fully see that because he'll likely catch 3 innings tops,
Yeah.
but it would be cool to see him because we've seen him in big moments. I would argue World Baseball Classic, one of the biggest stages, even just in pool play that you can play in baseball, and getting to do that
Hmm.
at such a young age and now see him play in a futures game is just cool, in my opinion. Obviously, Sagente is sick. You're never going to bash a switch pitcher. My guy in the National League, I'll go Connor Griffin from Pittsburgh. I feel like I've heard a lot about him. He's like 18 or 19 years old. I believe he's still in single A. He's supposed to be really good. There's not a lot happening for Pittsburgh outside of pitching and like Tamar Johnson and Nick York. So hopefully this is a guy that can help turn them around for their next like playoff push or like be reinforcements for that hopefully in 4 or 5 years. But those are probably the two names that stick out to me as like, okay, I want to make sure I like sit down and at least watch those guys at bats or, whatever else is happening. So,
Now, maybe this previews our trade deadline conversation that we'll have in a couple weeks. But to go off one of your picks, I think the Harry Ford pick might actually be a pretty big, high stakes thing for Seattle. Like, I mean, Cal Raleigh's blocking him there. And if he plays really well again on another big stage, that's even more trade value up. Maybe there's a move that could be made with Harry Ford in the deal if he plays well on it. Get some more national recognition.
yeah, I think I'm going to tease this a little bit. I think trade deadline episode maybe is next week. Just give us a couple of weeks to run up into that. I think Harry Ford is interesting. He's like he also plays a little bit of outfield. He's like climbed up the prospect ranks kind of at least a little bit. He's also like hitting really well this year. I'm looking at it. He hit 295 so far in AAA this year. So he's there. He's ready. He's ready to
Yeah.
go. He's got an 866 OPS. I I'm just excited to watch him play hopefully in the futures game. That's a guy I have just circled in my like knowledge of AL West prospects of like okay, when he comes up he's probably going to be a dude. And he
Hmm.
may not even come up as a catcher for them straight away. He may move out to left field for a minute because he also does some of that in AAA. But we'll see. He's definitely a guy that I have circled on my list. And it's nonsensical to do this because who even knows what this game is going to look like. But give me a score. Who's winning? Who's your MVP? Memorable moment. Give me all of it, Justin.
Okay. Well, because these are prospects, my 7-4 pick with probably a pretty high offense for an all star game with the type of pitching we see on the MLB side is not going to happen. I think we're even with these top guys, we're going to see some more errors. We're going to see some more base runners. because these guys can't control the zone as well. I'm gonna say this one is a 9-7 game. Um, with I don't know. Let's see, 9-7. I'm gonna go American League for this one. And you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Harry Ford, built for the moment. I say Harry Ford hits a 3-run homer, walk-off homer to win the game. I don't know how he would be playing. Maybe he's the third catcher they decide to put in because they just want Carter Jensen and Jose Briseño to play before him. But Harry Ford somehow in there in the ninth inning, or in the ninth inning, walk off, or at least to go ahead because they would be the top half because it's American League. So a go ahead 3-run homer to win 9-7. American League wins it,
Okay, I like it. Uh,
and then obviously Harry Ford, your MVP.
Nice. I'm gonna go. I don't even have a good pick. I'm actively looking at the MVPs right now, and it looks like there's never been a pitcher.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna be different, and we're choosing a pitcher. I'm gonna go Sagente. He
Okay.
pitches an inning righty, an inning lefty, calls it a day, and they're like, hell yeah, MVP. AL wins 1-0. uh,
Okay. So no Frank Cato action. The pizza guy.
Believe it or not, no. My man Frank Mozzicato. Is that racist? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But he's gonna open up a pizza shop. Maybe with the Pope. Maybe that could be the angle. He gets traded
Well,
to the White
he's a
Sox.
Kansas City Royal. They'll rule the AL Central.
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. No, I think we'll say AL wins I 6-2 or something. I think Harry Ford hopefully does well. I'm excited to see Noah Schultz. I think
Yep.
realistically, it's going to be like Max Clark or Braden Montgomery wins it.
Hmm.
I'll pick Max Clark because that feels like the safer pick. Probably
Yeah.
hits a homer or a triple or something because he's pretty electric down in the minor leagues. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I'm hoping for it to be a good game, but
True.
I hope that electric moments happen that we're able to remember because
Well,
that's a
a
big
good
thing.
moment to remember is going to be the Zaire Hope home run just to spite his name in your face.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm
an
looking
exciting
at
game.
results of this, by the way. It for sure looks like this game can end in a tie.
Oh,
So,
okay. So, okay. Well, it'd be even greater if we have a go-ahead 3-run homer by Harry Ford in the bottom or top of the ninth.
yeah, and then somebody ties in the bottom of the ninth, and then we all go home.
Yep, there you go. Well,
All
home
right.
run derby's right after it. So,
Is there a
or
minor
no,
league home run
celebrity
derby
all-star
for
game.
it?
Celebrity all-star game. That's what's
Celebrity
after.
All Star Game is after that. I guess let's move into that. All the extracurricular stuff you're going to. What are you most excited to do, see, eat, all of it?
Man, okay. So I texted you some pictures of some of the things. There's an article that has more of the things the Braves are going to have in particular. And I'm leaning on Josh, guys, with some of this stuff because he went last year, so he kind of saw how All Star Village was done there. Obviously, Atlanta will do it a little differently, but I'm definitely looking forward to trying some of the other teams' ballpark food. Like I'm kind of on the journey, try to do 2 ballparks a year. I haven't done my 2 yet this year. But I went to DC and Baltimore last year, and before that, I did the 2 Chicagos. But either way, I'm on the journey to try to get all 30 ballparks. So I want to try whatever the specialty food that ballpark has whenever I am there, or at least something different. I don't want just a normal hot dog. I'm not a glizzy gobbler, is what some people say. I don't want to just get the one normal base hot dog. So I want to get like whatever your special thing is. So like I'm excited for like the White Sox milkshake if they'll have that there, like the second iteration of it, or what random team that maybe I haven't visited yet, or maybe a team I have visited that didn't have a special food item. That in the All Star Village. Staying on the food track, the Braves have kind of unveiled some things. I'm a big peach cobbler fan. Peach, obviously, Peach State, Georgia. They have a new peach cobbler nachos, which is going to like looks absolutely delicious, and it's from Coop's Chicken Place, which had a like a peach cobbler thing a couple years ago that they got rid of that a lot of fans loved. So that's going to be good. That's going to be something I get. So I'm working out pretty heavily to make sure I don't like balloon just because of it. But outside of it, just the home run derby is something like I've obviously never been to any All Star event before, so home run derby, super excited for All Star game. At the end of the day, that's a baseball game that a lot of the stars, a lot of the best performers are going to be in. But at the end of the day, that's still a baseball game. So home run derby is probably the big thing for me that I'm super excited for, and really to see what other baseball fans are there. Like what people from Japan come over to Atlanta to see Shohei Otani, and see like the amount of fan bases and what they do to come to this ballpark. Like I see too many like Phillies and Mets and Dodger fans show up in those type of series where it feels like, okay, yeah, the opposing team is filling this place up at times. But you never really see Marlins fans. You never really see a White Sox fan. Cardinals fans actually do pretty well. So shout out to you Cardinals fans whenever you come to Atlanta. But yeah, just to see baseball fans come together and watch this. But at the end of the day, home run derby, the things that like you can't typically see as a baseball fan are the things I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I'll say last year the home run derby was pretty sick. The hometown kid, Bobby Witt, made it all the way to the final, and he hit a warning track power shot to lose it in a swing off, I think, in the final. And it
Yep.
was electric the whole time. Uh, yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool for you to be there for all of it. Uh, I think. I think you'll have a
Yeah.
ball.
Make sure you go to the baseball adjacent channel whenever we get the vlog up. It'll be I'll try to vlog every single thing. So
Yeah.
we'll see how long that video turns into. And yeah, if you want to go check out that video and see my experience of it and see my seats for it, yeah, go check over there whenever All Star Game's over, probably like a week or two after, because that's probably how long it's going to take to edit.
Yeah. Uh, I think an underrated part that I did last year that I think you're gonna enjoy, but I think you'll enjoy it more, is the village.
Okay.
There's just so much stuff to do in the village. If you've never been to an All Star game around the ballpark, generally, they do what's called the All Star Village. There's like museums and like there's Tops has a place that you can buy and trade baseball cards, and New Era has a place, and MLB The Show has a place, and basically anything you could ever think of that's baseball related has a booth. And it's just kind of sick to walk around. It's like a baseball fair almost, and you can go check out everything you ever wanted to see and more, if we're honest. So I think that honestly was one of my favorite parts. I was a big fan of the All Star game itself. Uh, I think just being there for that because you always watch it on TV and you're like,
Hmm.
it would be sick to be there. I think being there one time was cool. Obviously, it was in Texas last year, so it was sick to see Skeens play and Duran play. And I happened to be sitting in a section of probably 50 Japanese people that were locked in to Otani, and it was awesome the whole time. So
Yeah. Now, the one thing that could dampen this whole thing is here in Atlanta, we had some thunderstorms today. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm just going to throw up. Oh, okay. Never mind. The baseball gods are helping us. Oh, hold on. Oh, here we go. This is what the forecast is.
well, Justin showed the weather so hard that he froze.
Am I frozen? I am frozen.
And we're back. Yeah,
And
Justin
we
showed
are
the weather
back.
so hard that he froze.
Apparently, yeah. But no, when I last looked at the weather, it looked like it was going to be raining and thunderstorming the whole time from today through like the 2 Saturdays from now. But it looks like baseball gods are shining a light on us currently. Now, obviously, you can't really trust Apple weather, but it looks like Friday and Saturday has lightning or chances of it. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are good. So, if that's the case, baseball gods shining a light down on Atlanta, but weather at one point was not looking very well. So, that could be the one thing that could dampen the parade,
Yeah, hopefully
which
that
I don't
doesn't
know what would
happen.
happen if it's a rainout.
I always feel like we get kind of lucky with these. I can't really remember the last time it rained at an All Star game. So hopefully that streak continues.
I really hope so, but it's also Atlanta in middle of July,
Yeah. So
and we don't have a roof.
we shall see. We shall see how we go. But I believe that's pretty much all we got this week for y'all. It's the All Star Week. Let us know if your favorite player made it. Let us know why your favorite player was snubbed. Let us know if your favorite player is just bad and wasn't even in the conversation. We want to hear all of it down in the comment section below. We want to thank you guys for watching to the end. And Justin's going to give you a famous all-star to
Oh,
comment.
okay. Well, I don't have the bobblehead sitting with me, but I got him earlier this year in honor of the 25 years it took to get the All Star game back. Comment the 2000 All Star game MVP for the All Star game, Chipper Jones. For the A, let's go All Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend. Thank you guys for making us a part of your All-Star Weekend. And we will catch y'all in the next one. Take it easy.